try. Got a few things I want to get off my chest and see how this goes. First of all, we're pretty much lied to our entire lives. Right from the day we're born. Told how to live, what we should do. And we have to go to college. We have to work a job. But there's so many different ways to live life. Right now I'm currently working on changing how I live, changing the way I think about life in general. There's so many ways you can think about life. There's so many ways you can live. And I just find it simultaneously interesting but disturbing how many lies we're told through our life. Growing up, the time we're children, teenagers, and even adults. And we're dangled carrots in front of our face. And if we just do these steps, we do this checklist, we'll be happy. But nobody seems to be that happy these days. What I'm seeing is a lot of depression, more depression than I think that there used to be in history. If we go way back in time, I don't think it used to be like this. I don't know for sure, but the way our society is structured today only creates entrapment. We're entrapped, enslaved to our jobs, to money, to the government, and we're not actually taught how to really think that there are different routes. There are all kinds of different routes. There's more than one. But we're always only told these one or two ways that you have to go through life. And I just find it very unfortunate that this is what so many people are taught, especially in America. We're taught so little about these other paths that you can take. You don't have to buy a house. You don't have to have a family. You don't even have to have a car. But unfortunately, America is structured around the car. And I wish I could live a life right now where I didn't need a car. If I could choose, I would choose to live off the land, away from the concrete jungle. In my opinion, I think more people need to be out in nature more often. I think nature is a beautiful thing, and I try to go out in nature as much as possible. In fact, scientifically, negative ions are everywhere, but we don't get enough when we're inside. Negative ions come from natural environments. Being indoors too much, we get less negative ions, and it's just like we're meant to be out in nature. We're meant to be in the natural world, not cooped up in a job, a cubicle, or in the house all the time. It's too much. And the government doesn't want us living out in nature. The government wants us living off the land. Or, it wants us living in houses, apartments. And there's nothing wrong with living in houses, apartments. But I wish there were more options. I wish people made things better. Or at least the government made more options for people. I wish there were more easier ways to get to these paths, because right now the way it is, all these different ways to live, they're very hard to get to if you don't have the money or the resources to get to them. So I'm bound and determined to get to that point eventually, but it's a struggle. It's going to be a lot of work, but I want to get to it. And I believe anybody who wants to do it can do it. If you want to live in a city, there's nothing wrong. Go live in a city. But if you're like some of the people like me who want to live in a more natural environment, away from cities, sensory overload, the concrete jungle, different way of life, well, I want to get to that point. And I believe we can all do that if we really want to. But it's going to be hard. This is just a rant. I hope y'all agree with me. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. Thanks for your time.